Hey guys, welcome to Mom Minutes. This is Samantha, my oldest daughter, and she has three kids, three girls, ages 4.5, 2.5, and 7 months. And I just really appreciate how she has started to have morning devotions with her kids. And she does work full time, so she has to be pretty creative about when she does it, and I'm sure it's not every day because you're not home.
No, we have a really awesome nanny who's who's definitely picked up the slack since I've been working, because it's a little hard to do it now. And it was easier when I was at home more to be more consistent. But it takes a village, and we're very thankful for our village.
Yeah,
Shout out to Kaylee.
Yes, Kaylee's wonderful. She really is. She's awesome.
Yeah.
And so when you have the opportunity, just explain a little bit how you do your devotions with the girls, because they're all in preschool.
So I try to incorporate it with my own quiet time as much as possible, because I'm just always really busy with I just graduated nursing school like last year and stuff, and anyways, kids are just keep you busy anyways. So I try to pick a series and then try to incorporate my quiet time around that series. So for a while, I think last year, our big series was just going chronologically through the Bible. So I wanted Delcy to have heard all of the major stories in the Bible. And so we started at Genesis. And when we were in Genesis, I would read Genesis for my quiet time. And then I would just teach her what I read.
Okay.
And then kind of the three elements of our Bible lessons in the mornings are usually a video. That tells the story, because kids do really well with visual. I'm not the greatest storyteller. And then a Pinterest activity.
Okay.
And then I might do a second song or something that's catchy and really helps them do it.
Okay.
So yeah, just I find a Bible story, find a YouTube video, and then find a craft and maybe find a song for it.
Okay.
And since my kids are so little, keeping it really short is super important.
Yeah.
And so I usually try to find a video that's less than 5 minutes.
Okay.
And a craft that'll take less than 5 minutes. And so our whole thing is usually 10, 15 minutes long.
Okay.
Because they just can't sit still longer.
Yeah.
And Delcy, she's 4.5. She could sit still longer, but Julia, I want her to be involved. She's only 2.5. And she does not have the attention span to do anything more than that. So we've still kept it at 15 minutes. And if Delcy wants to go more in depth, we'll do that.
Okay.
But yeah, Pinterest is awesome. We went through the Bible, and we would hit, all the 7 days of creation. Then we do all the big, all the major stories. I would read ahead and be like, this would be a great story to teach her. And then we get to a story that didn't have any positive message at all. And I'd be like, no, we're going to skip that one. So I kind of picked and choose a little bit based on, age appropriateness.
Right.
And then once we finished that, we got to the New Testament. And I struggled a little bit more with the New Testament because so much of it is teaching. And it's they're just all very abstract concepts when you get to the epistles and stuff. How do you teach a kid through Romans? That's 4, we're going to teach a theology early kid, and I don't know how to do a craft, so for that.
Predestination.
Yeah, Calvinism versus Arminianism 101. We're not going into that yet. So, one day I was just I ran out of ideas, and I was like, Delcy, what do you want to learn about? She said, the fruit of the Spirit. And I was like, that's a great idea. And by letting her pick, then she's more into it too.
Yeah.
I don't usually have to fight her for it, but she was more excited about it. And so we've been going through the fruit of the Spirit. And since those are more abstract concepts, I've really been trying hard to make every lesson have lots of examples in it. And so for kindness, or for love, we talked about loving actions, and how then Jesus loved on the cross for us, and then loving actions. And we went on the computer, and I just Googled kids being nice, and I let her pick out the pictures of kids being nice. Okay. And then we printed those out, cut them out, put them on a piece of paper. Okay. And then we also looked at a couple of pictures, and I was like, are they being nice here? And she's like, no. And so I'm like, okay, don't do that. just we don't have a ton of money, and or a ton of time. And so a lot of times I just Google things, and I'm like, which of these pictures is them being gentle to each other? Is it the one pushing the kid down, or the one with them sharing their toys? The one sharing their toys. Good job. Yeah. So what's the way you could be gentle with your sister, And having that teach back, having her verbalize it to me, solidifies it in her brain. And then we'll also do occasional Bible verses. When she was really little, we just completely paraphrase.
Okay.
And I take a really long verse and just like summarize it in 5 words, just so she could get the heart of the message.
Right.
And do motions with like every single word. And she did pretty good. And
Okay.
now will do songs, or she learns a lot of them at church.
Yeah.
And so we'll just recite them. I also hang up all of our crafts on our wall. So that way, on a day where I don't have time to do a craft, we can just do a review, and I'll say, hey, I'm going to point to this picture. You tell me what this lesson was about, and you get a piece of candy if you get it right. And I always give her candy either way. But because then she forgets, then we're just like, well, remember, we talked about Isaac.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so each craft that we do, too, I try to make it super representative of that story.
Okay.
So, yeah, those are some of the things we do. I could always post some pictures below of
Yeah.
some of the crafts we do if you
Okay.
want. But,
Are there any specific like video series that you use? Like,
not really,
Okay.
because so we love Jelly Telly. It's from the makers of Veggie Tales.
Okay.
It's like $4.99, I think.
Okay.
If anyone's interested in that, love Jelly Telly. But honestly, we just use a lot of YouTube,
okay.
and there are a lot of Jelly Telly videos that pop up on YouTube.
Okay.
And it's
Okay.
just a little bit easier to search for them.
Okay.
I usually just like search
Okay.
the Bible story like kids version, and then a lot of stuff pops up. And
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed. And if you have any comments or suggestions, things that you've done with your preschoolers, just list them in the comments so that everybody can see them and enjoy. And hopefully it will be helpful to others. So, all right. Have a good day.
What are we about to do?
We about to blow horns
Why?
because that we making Jericho collapse.
We're making Jericho collapse like Joshua did.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. All right, ready, set.
Go.
Whoa, the wall came crumbling down.
Whoa, look at that.
There it went. Whoa.
What do you think, Del?
It went down and now they had a brand new home.
They did, in the promised land, right?
Yes.
It's wonderful.
Hey guys, I just wanted to piggyback real quick on what Samantha said, and just to show you a couple of things, a couple of resources that we used when our kids were growing up. The first resource is called The Treasure Tree, and it is by John Trent and Gary Smalley, and it is about four different animals that have different personality traits, and it talks about how, you know, we can work together even when our friends have a different personality than us. And it's just a great little storybook. My kids really enjoyed this, and I did find it on Amazon. I just ordered another copy of it, so it is there to buy. Another resource that we used was a book called My Bedtime Anytime Storybook, which was great. It's a thick book. It's by V. Gilbert Beers, and this is not available to buy new anymore. You can get it used. I just found a copy on Amazon for like $5.99, I think. So this is a great book. My kids really enjoyed this book too. Lots of animal stories and just really fun. Then we also had, by the same author, V. Gilbert Beers, The Preschoolers Family Storybook. And I like this because it has questions at the end of each story. So it just helps you to be able to interact with your kids after the story. He also has lots of preschool Bibles, and I think even a toddler Bible. And then a little bit older, you know, for grade school, young grade school age kids. But he did have quite a list on Amazon. This book is also not for sale now, I don't think. I might be wrong about that, but I don't think it was. I don't think I saw it on there. So anyway, he's a great author, and his books are awesome. Then this book right here called Kingdom Parables. This is by Christopher Lane, and it's a great book. My kids really enjoyed this. It took some of the more popular parables that Jesus taught and put them put it in a story with a bunch of animals, and it was just really good. And just my kids would be able to catch that parable really easily and remember what the parable was about. So and the purpose of the parable. So this is a great resource too. It is also not for sale new anymore, but you can get it used. So I would encourage you to check this out. And then we also have, of course, one of my favorites I've talked about before, which is the Praise Baby DVDs. And you can find these also on YouTube, just the songs, and make a playlist. But these are great. I just love them because they're soothing for the kids. They just kind of promote a peaceful atmosphere in your house. And they have adults singing the songs, but the pictures on there, they have like shapes and babies and colors, and so the kids really like them, but it's really easy to listen to as an adult too. So they're worship songs that that we sing in church, and sung by adults. So great resource. I love these so much. We actually used to, when the kids are little, we would get the kids ready for church on Sunday, and then we would sit them on the couch and they had to watch Praise Babies until it was time to go, because that just kind of helped everybody get in the mood for church, what we were going to church for, and it was not super annoying to listen to either. So those are just a couple of resources that I have used personally with preschoolers, and so just wanted to show those to you. And I know, again, that you guys have stuff that you use, and I would love to see that. I would love for this to be kind of a community where you share what works for you, and so that people can not only take stuff away from these videos, but also the new stuff that's out there that I don't even know about. So help us out, help your friends out, and write some comments about what you use and what's worked really well for you, and look forward to seeing those. Okay, have a good day.